Nigeria's foreign minister welcomed his U.S. counterpart in Abuja on Tuesday. Yusuf Tugar said Anthony Blinken's visit focused on enhancing trade relations and deepening democracy in West Africa. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu held discussions with the U.S. Secretary of State ahead of a press conference.
Nigeria, as Africa's largest country, largest economy, largest democracy, is essential to that effort. And we are doing a lot of work together already to drive in a positive direction. We're driving climate action as partners in the Global Methane Coalition. We're pushing for permanent representation for African voices in the UN Security Council, in other international organizations that need to reflect the realities of today, not just the day that they were created many, many years ago. We're working and collaborating to support the development and use of artificial intelligence for good. With 30 other Atlantic countries, we're driving blue economic development, environmental protection, science and technology exchange through a new partnership for Atlantic cooperation.
Blinken said Nigeria had an essential part to play in how Africa could shape the global future. His trip is part of President Biden's attempt to tout the USA as Africa's key economic and security ally.
All right. Once again, we are here. Welcome into the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and this is the midweek report. And as we are doing it, news break edition, we are doing it live style as this evening proceeds. Hopefully everybody is doing well. And your week has gone well so far. And let's see, that's what I need to do. I need to change something real quick. So I'm trying to get a picture in here for you. Okay, because there's a story I have to get to. And you see one of them on the screen, where you see a few of them. However, as you are coming in, please hit that like button, if you will. Hit that like button. Share this broadcast out if you have not already done so. And if you have not already subscribed to this channel, you should do so now and hit that notification bell. Hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. And, I believe we shall get right on into it. Oh, and you can also become a member of this channel. Before I forgot, as a member, you'll get some of the some of the stuff that is not on the public page. We have some older spaces back on that. We have some music stuff. There is a small fee for becoming a member, but that is another way to support this channel. And I appreciate all of your support. And speaking of support, we have Cyberdyne 100 in the house. And thank you for the Cash App donation, Cyberdyne 100. Peace, power, blessings, protection be up on you and yours. I appreciate that. And thank you for tuning in this evening. Black First. Key Prince in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's always good to see you in the house. Key Prince. All right. We have Cynthia Newman in the building. Welcome, Cynthia Newman. You're early in the chat this evening, so it's good to see you. Hopefully all is well. Dark-skinned brother in the house. What is going on, my brother? Always a pleasure to have you in the house. As always, Black First. Reginald Jeter, Black First from South Carolina. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Salute to you, my brother. And let's see. We have Miss D at Suite 201 in the building. Welcome, Miss D at Suite 201. Hey, hey. Shout out to you and Black First. One who cares in the building. Always pleasure to have you in the building, my good sister. Thank you for tuning in this evening, Black First. Yes, indeed. And we have our sister Tia to you, Michigonian. Yes, indeed. That's right. You are from Michigan. Yes, indeed. Salute to you, my good sister, as always. Black First. Always a pleasure to have you in the building. And thank you for moderating. And we have Lady Effa in the house. Black First. Lady Effa in the house. Always good to see you. And thank you for tuning in as well. Dark-skinned brother with the super sticker. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you, my good brother. Night Rider in the house. Salute, brother Beats. Salute to you, my brother Black First and Shalom. And we got Sun Kissed by the Most High. Thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you in the room. Salute to you, Black First. And we got Kerman Wingfield in the house. How you doing, my good brother, Black First? Good to see you in the building this evening. And we got Brian Henderson in the house. Salute, my brother. And Black First, another brother from South Carolina. Salute, salute to you. Yes, sir. Black First. Always a pleasure to have you in the house. You've been tuning in here for the past few weeks, so I appreciate it, man, and keep on coming back. Sister Miriam in the building. Black First FBA family. It's always a pleasure to see our good sister Miriam in the building. Thank you for tuning in as well and moderating as well. And among the many things that you have the talent to do. So, with that being said, as you see, did Jill Biden diss black women? And that's really where we're starting. That's the main title of the evening. But, I also wanted to just show you some of the other things that are going on. One of the things that you see in the screen on the left-hand side is, when I saw this picture, some people would tell you, obviously they had to Photoshop it to, I guess they thought, make it look presentable. But when I first seen this picture, I thought it didn't happen. But then, they also had the TikTok videos. So that pretty much lets you know what time it was then. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, no, it was real. They just doctored up the photo. But no, he was really there eating chicken. Cookout. Judah Queen in the building. Good to see you as always, my good sister. And salute to you as a educator in the house. Shout out to you, my good sister, Judah Queen, Black First. Yes. Yeah. We sit this one out. We sit this one out. Absolutely. And then for Jill, man, see, when we get to Jill Biden, I just had to, with what she did, I don't think a lot of people caught that, like, women thing because they were going so gung-ho pushing abortion that they completely overlooked the fact that Jill Biden just completely let all the talk about black women and black women got Joe Biden in the White House and black women. If it wasn't for black women and black women, black women, black women, black women, black women. Oh my goodness. Jill Biden might be more racist than Joe Biden. Because in how she shows it is with a smile. But when you make and just naturally show how oblivious you are and how tone deaf you are to the dynamics of how what you say or don't say might be perceived, Jill Biden just always lets out what she feels. Just like, this where did I have it in here? Yeah, this good flashback here.
Congratulations to both teams. So I know we'll have the champions come to the White House. We always do. So, we'll have LSU come. But you know what? I'm going to tell Joe, I think Iowa should come too because they played such a good game. So, right? So winners and losers, that's sportsmanship. That's good sportsmanship.
See, it's stuff like that. That is the type of thing that makes me think Jill Biden doesn't really care too much, especially for black women. But before we get there, and we'll revisit that again, before we get there, there's a bit of news. Let me take this banner off real quick. It's just, okay, you can't really see it. But here, yeah, you can see what's going on right here. So this is the booking photo of one Miss Roda, whatever her name is, Osman or whatnot. Now, let's see how this reads. Coming from Houston, click to Houston.com, which is they're the like main reporters on this one. Houston viral brick lady surrenders amidst scandal of fraudulent GoFundMe campaign. In a bizarre and bewildering saga that has gripped the city of Houston, the limelight shines on Roda Osman, the woman who catapulted to viral fame for her harrowing tale of a brick assault outside a local club, a narrative that authorities now assert to be untrue. The latest twist in the unfolding drama reveals that Osman, age 33, has finally surrendered to police, charged with felony theft by deception. Osman has initially pledged to turn herself in on Thursday. However, the promised surrender did not materialize. Now, new court records bring clarity to the situation, confirming that Osman surrendered to the authorities this morning. As Houston grapples with this strange sequence of events, recent court documents shed light on Osman's legal status. She is now reportedly free on $10,000 bond, awaiting her arraignment scheduled for March 5th. As a part of her bond condition, Osman had to surrender her passport. The unfolding drama began when Osman's claims of a vicious attack circulated widely on social media, eliciting an outpouring of sympathy and support from the online community. However, the narrative took a dark twist when it was exposed that Osman had allegedly exploited her distressing story to raise over $42,000 on GoFundMe under false pretenses. The charges against Osman are severe, accusing her of fabricating a significant elements uh, of the story to present it to the police. Oh, wow. The incident dates back to September when Osman claims she was assaulted with a brick by an unknown man after rejecting his advances outside a club. Her social media post, which did not include any footage of the alleged assault, sparked widespread debates about the credibility of her story. According to the charging document, Osman reported to the police that she was hit in the face with a brick and also claimed to have narrowly escaped a kidnapping attempt by her supposed Uber driver. This is what she told the police. You understand what I'm saying? This is what she told the police. And we went over this last week. But, oh, man. Knight Rider said, a menace to the Black community. Facts. Oh, man, we see Black Anthem in the building. Shalom and Black First. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. And we got our sister, some chick named Star, in the house. Brick house, mighty, mighty, mighty. Let it all swell out. That's funny. Thank you for being here as well. Salute to you. Oh, man. Yeah. This woman gets absolutely zero sympathy. You understand? Zero. She went out there. I mean, started that was almost a whole new movement. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. And now, I mean, what's funny is I was hit in the head face with a brick when these black men didn't do nothing. I don't know why I got hit with the face with a brick. Black men won't protect black women. Her voice is so overly annoying. Oh, man. So, however, a subsequent review of local surveillance footage by a detective painted a different picture. In the video, Osman is seen in the company of a friend and the individual she later pointed out as her assailant. Oh, wow. The video reportedly depicts Osman slapping the individual who retaliates by striking her back, wielding a water bottle in his hand. The footage contradicted Osman's claims of a brick assault and raised doubts about the authenticity of her story. A friend who was with Osman on the night of the incident reportedly told police that she did not believe Osman was hit with a brick. Despite these inconsistencies, the initial social media post led to a fundraiser on GoFundMe that garnered hundreds of donations, totaling at least $42,000. The crowdfunding page has since been deactivated. And this isn't the first time that Osman has allegedly employed such tactics. Of course, we already know in 2020, she reportedly created another GoFundMe page claiming she was assaulted by a private security guard in Minneapolis, a claim disputed by a friend who previously stayed with Osman. Even her friends be telling on her. Oh, man. She's such a bad liar that her friends be telling on her. And that's the end of that story. So, just wanted to give you an update on old Brickgate here. And so, with that being said, I can get her face up off of here. But let's give her some shine tonight. Shall we? Get her 1 minute of fame. Like this one. If you remember when all of this was popping off, there was a few of these folks out here talking crazy and then using this situation. Some of them did, if y'all remember, they catapulted over into talking about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And talking about how they were this and they were that. From that woman, she should have never sparked such conversation. No, man. No. She should have never got that type of run, man. That is just no. That is unacceptable. So now, like I said, back to Jill Biden. Going back to Jill Biden. This woman really, really, truly shows her disdain for Black folks, and she shows it overtly. And I don't think enough people really get exposed to the way she gets down. But let me just say something. If you're going to spend all of that time pumping Black women up, it's almost like as of January 1st, the whole DNC said they ain't going to say Black woman no more. Because if you've noticed the tone out of, the only thing they will say is they put this many Black women in the House or in judge seats. But now that they recognize, that's not really a winning strategy. Well, what did they do? They just went, well, hey, let's just go after white women. Because remember what we always say, especially those of y'all in the chat that have been in our spaces. What do we always tell you? When they say women, I'll tell you this often. When they say women, they don't mean you. So notice how when all of this conversation, especially what is that, 2022, like Stacey Abrams was running all this, the Black women, it was Black women who was able to get Joe Biden in office, and Black women will do it again. And okay, that's what it was in 2022. Let's hear what Jill Biden has to say in 2024.
In the wake of jobs, they are doing everything within their power to defend reproductive freedom and the rights of women. Because we will not let the extreme MAGA Republicans win this fight, will we? No! This will not be the legacy that we leave to our daughters and our granddaughters, will it? No! No. The choice this election is clear. Women put Joe and Kamala in the White House, and we will do it again.
That's what it looks like when you throw Black women all the way out the car. Now, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of folks going to be like, oh, because what she say, I'm telling you, we've heard nonstop, especially through this election, how Black women are responsible for getting Joe Biden in office. And Jill Biden boy, I'll tell you, she can't hide her disdain. She cannot hide her disdain. And that's why I had to go right back to this good old, the good standard goodie.
Congratulations to both teams. So I know we'll have the champions come to the White House. We always do. So, we'll have LSU come. But you know what? I'm going to tell Joe, I think Iowa should come too, because they played such a good game. So, right? So winners and losers, that's sportsmanship. That's good sportsmanship.
Can't let them sisters enjoy they win. I think it's just only right that we bring these nigglets in here. I mean, it's probably good that we have to entertain these little nigglets, but how about we just also invite the white girls? I mean, this girl is supposed to be paid to be a star. That's literally why I was at the game. But, by chance, wow, LSU, man, whoa, yay. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but like Jill Biden was at the games. Who was she rooting for? Oh, the team that lost. And then, I thought it was women. No. Something that has never happened before, all of a sudden. Oh, yeah. No, woman, you were there rooting for the other team. So since when have you ever seen anybody do some madness like that? I'm telling you, man, she can't hide her disdain for black folks. That's what I'm saying. She might be worse than Joe because it's just there with her. You understand what I'm saying? She's so gone. It's just there. But to check out how, and shout out to Angel Reese. I'm sure people like, oh, she says she wasn't going, then she turned around and went. Listen, that girl has a whole college career going on or whatnot. She stood on her principle and did not go when they came calling. And then at the end of the day, they went on their time and on. So I mean, for me, and she's a part of a team. So out of respect for her team, that's just, she has a personal stance. She made her personal stance, but now she also has to be a good teammate and go do the part of the business that is the business that she is in. And so, that's just the simplicity of it. But salute to her. And, maybe hopefully she makes it to the next level and gets her due bread. But I see she's getting hers right now in college. So that's all right. So salute to Angel Reese. And so here's when they finally showed up. And of course, they give the honorary jerseys to, Joe Biden and his wife, for president and first lady. So here's a little bit of that. Hugs all the way around. Yes, hugs, do it. Like I said, this is being professional. This is simply being professional. So, don't, oh man, she's sold out. Yeah, no. Don't be so short-sighted. She can't go gasoline down her whole future. So, people be nutty sometimes, I'm telling you. Sitting from a place of the sidelines and say, what you should be doing. Man, no. But, now that Roda Roda was Osman, Roe reports, she's out on bail, so fellas in Houston, because right now I'm pretty sure she got an ankle monitor on and can't go nowhere. So her kicking it vicinity is going to be in the city of Houston. And so don't get caught out there getting a little too close to her because, brother, she'll walk past you and go straight home and go in her bathroom and do this. So you better stay away from her. Oh goodness. I had to. I can't get over how people just jump so far out the window. So far out the window for her. And I mean, she was a bad liar to begin with. So number one, and then remember the whole other part. So I have to be with you or involved with you or this or that to get protection from you. Black man, see, don't get away from a black man because you ain't safe. And as it turns out, who need to stay away from who? So if you guys are out there, avoid them weird-eyed ones. That's all I could really tell you. Really, really avoid the weird-eyed ones. Because, they got to get that funny look and cuckoo. Just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, and so with this whole push that they're doing, which is just so cringy, everyone's favorite Indian. And when's the last time that you heard of Kamala being black? When's the last time they referred to her being black? Can anybody remember the last time that you actually heard somebody in mainstream media refer to Kamala Harris as black? Notice how they just kind of steered the car right out of that direction. I mean, I hope y'all just do a check of what you're not hearing right now. You understand what I'm saying? There is a lot that it's like a pivot has happened. You understand what I'm saying? Oh man. You know what? I need to find a way. I'm going to turn that off. It's a setting. I think I can go in there and do that. Dominique Devereaux in the house. Thank you for being here and tuning in. I appreciate you for being here as always. Geechee Gold in the house. Welcome. Geechee Gold. Yes, that is a good handle. It's a little easier for me to know. A little easier for me to pronounce. David Boyd in the building. Black first, brother. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. I know it's got to be a little late on the East Coast, but salute to all my East Coast riders in the building. Yes, indeed. Thank y'all for being up. Oh, hey. I see Rhonda Smith in the building. Salute Rhonda Smith. All right. Let me see if I got everybody. Think I am caught up. Okay. All right. So back to the Biden administration and their number one agenda. And again, I guess you could somewhat make the excuse to say, this was history, like the I guess date of remembrance of Roe v. Wade, and so they're doing a big campaign. And I gotta say, this is pretty disturbing to me. Just to hear people talk about death this way. Feel what you may feel, but it's really odd. But let's start with your favorite Indian vice president, Kamala. Use a lot of words, but say nothing, Harris.
For nearly 50 years, Roe v. Wade protected a woman's right to make decisions about her own body and her own life. Then, the highest court in our land took a constitutional right that had been recognized from the people of America, from the women of America. In states across our nation, extremists have proposed and passed laws that criminalize doctors and punish women, laws that make no exception even for rape or incest. And understand what the Supreme Court took, the United States Congress can put back in place. When we win back Congress in 2024, our President, Joe Biden, will sign the reproductive freedoms of Roe back into law. So let's see this through and let's get this done. Visit joebiden.com to sign up to be a part of our campaign.
So what you're telling us is that Joe Biden, with the stroke of a pen, can easily go sign something into law for abortion's sake. And something's wrong with us for not wanting to vote for this guy. Are you kidding? And all for all the bootlicking shield flunkies. Do you hear what she just said? He is going to sign a law. This is basically, and so doubling down. Okay, you heard that. What more do you need? You already heard what Joe Biden. Women. That doesn't mean black women at all. Y'all hearing me? And these folks, all this, and you got black women up here as props. All up in the back. There's some, and here's the real crazy thing too that they're doing, man. They're hooey. These folks are having like young, they're using like 12-year-old and young teenage girls as the backdrop, standing behind these speeches. Have y'all noticed that? And you're with the mind state of, well, you know, your little girl might have to get an abortion soon. You know, I mean, it's coming. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? I mean, it's insane. And like for the black bootlicks that entertain this madness, and you are pushing this junk on your folks, you are the devil too. Just like this.
I think abortion should be unrestricted. And I think when somebody finds out in pregnancy, when or how far along that they are when someone finds out, they should be able to get an abortion if they want to. And for some people, that is full term. If I can't get abortion training here, if I can't perform abortions in my career, I will not stay in Wisconsin. And a lot of my colleagues who are on the same track agree.
All right, thank you. That'll do nothing to help our shortages.
Probably not. But how wicked is that? How overtly evil is that? Am I tripping? Is it me? Is she talking about at right before delivery? No. And this is what we're listen. Okay, here's another one. So just like you heard, like the backdrop music with Kamala, listen to the music of this one, family.
It was heartbreaking and terrifying all at once. I could either remain pregnant and give birth to my baby that would inevitably die, or terminate the pregnancy and preserve my own health. We decided to have an abortion.
To make a painful story short, we were denied a termination because healthcare providers, people trained and trusted to do their jobs, were afraid of prosecution and losing their license. At that very moment, I knew I was being forced to carry my baby, to bury my baby.
The Dobbs decision was devastating, and Joe is doing everything he can do to fight back. But the only way that we can ensure that every woman has the fundamental freedoms she deserves is for Congress to make the protections of Roe v. Wade the law of the land once again. So we've got to make our voices heard. Honestly, I just want to say thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
All that messaging geared toward Black and Latino communities. Well, you seeing what they're aiming right at us. That ain't hard to tell. Oh, my Lord. This is really what they have on their minds. And, you know, if it's not going to be that, then it'll be a distraction of some other sort. But nonetheless, they'll have their, like I said, Black targeted propaganda meal And so here's what you're hearing what the White House legitimately is saying they're about. And as you see in the title, the NAACP is also tagged here in this live here tonight because they put out I guess you could say a PSA, some sort. And they're talking about how they're about to be, they're going to keep black people first. Stuff like that. Okay. Well, I want to just keep something in mind, because we know that they're a boule, straight up do vote blue no matter who, Democrat organization. And when these old headlines pop up about who you want us to vote for, and when we say Joe Biden ain't did nothing for black people, he ain't did nothing for black folks. Remember this headline. HBCU funding falls from $45 billion to $2 billion under latest Biden spending plan. I gave money, and he boosted it up to, I think he boosted it up to $6 billion, but from $45 billion. So what are you talking about? I mean, I don't know how people get out there and say, well, wait, now he gave all that money to the HBCUs. Did you see what they were already getting? And maybe y'all forgot what he cut that money to do. I mean, my goodness. Man, no. And meanwhile, always worrying about these migrants who are, well, I hate even using that word, but that's the way they use it. These illegal invaders. And now they're saying, well, hey, let's push these illegals into black neighborhoods. Well, the NAACP has this message, and they're letting you know that they stand with President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So this is their reaching out to the black community. Hold on to your seats.
It's one thing to thrive.
Whose culture and community was that last guy belong to with that hairline? I mean, really?
Where's your family from?
Oh, my Lord. We're putting black people first. How? Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord. The stuff, this is reaching out. This is what reaching out looks like from the Democrats. I mean, hold on. Let me bring that up here.
It's one thing to thrive, but it's another thing to do it for us. What does it mean to be Black and thriving? It means basking in our culture, our unique influence, our rhythm of joy.
Oh my God. Oh, this is brutal. Why are they smiling? Why are they smiling like that? Oh, this is absolutely brutal. And then, I mean, it's just, okay, so just right off the rip, right to you. That's exactly what I was getting at. Okay, so just from how it started, what are we aspiring to here? Let's just go back a little bit.
It's one thing to thrive, but it's another thing to do it for us.
Okay, well, first off, I guess you didn't want to go get. Why not go get some actors? Why did you use stock footage when all of this budget that you have to do and use, and then say, well, black culture, black culture, black culture. There is not a foundational Black American on the screen, family. Or am I tripping? Maybe my man right here, but doesn't he have on an African necklace? I mean, what am I? Oh, and so does she. So yeah, two of them got on the same necklace. The lady over here on the right, top right, with the very odd shape. But anyway, and then look at my man at top, sitting at the top. Now, come on now. Come on now. We don't even have to question where his folks is from. which particular country in that region shall we say you are from on the continent of Africa? Oh, Lord.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? To say a bunch of nothing.
To be Black.
Black and thriving.
Our culture, our unique influence, our rhythm of joy.
Party.
It means celebrating our community, our alma maters, our villages of pride and excellence. It means taking center stage, painting the town black, setting the standard on what it takes to be bold, talented, and revered.
Are you kidding me? And then you do all of this to get to the end? Hold on. Just to push this message?
Because of them, we make good happen.
Oh, wait, where is that at? We vote. And vote
We
some
represent.
more.
We recognize.
We need reparations.
And when we vote. And vote. And vote again to make democracy work for Black America. And we make that happen because of you.
Whoa. Okay, see, and so they keep the stock footage is killing me. The stock footage is killing me. You were cutting from. It's throwing me off here, and maybe that who advised these folks. So I guess they figured, well, if you throw all of these tethers in here real quick, nobody will really know the difference. Yeah, we are, and it's weird. It feels off. You feel. Because they keep jumping in between FBAs and then a bunch of these weird, funny hairline tethers. I mean,
because of us, because of them, we make good happen for culture, for community.
Come on. Wait. Look at that head. Oh, and somehow it would just be simply xenophobic to ask this man.
Where's your family from?
That's xenophobic for some reason. Well, I say no. Lord. We thrive. We this. We that. We smile. We shine. And when we enlighten one another, then what? Oh my goodness. Just the senseless. They get in front of black folks and just start saying any old thing. Meanwhile, they're going in front of people with very, very, very well distinct and clear messages. They're not playing with them. They're going in there telling them exactly what they're going to give them and what they're going to do. I mean, okay, so I played you Kamala Harris. In that, she told you what they're gonna do. Then you got these Negroes over here. We strive, we thrive, we refuse to. Like what? We refuse to not vote. We uphold democracy to make things. We vote to make a better black community. Is you kidding? While Kamala Harris is coming up here talking about Joe Biden could sign a bill. Where are all these people? You don't understand about civics. Where are they at? Because all of a sudden she comes right out of her mouth about what they can do. The interesting thing is Joe Biden is like, we need Congress to do it. All I can say to all of y'all, well, you know, the whoever put that commercial together, and then they probably going to have a lot to say about our response to this NAACP trash they put out. And, you know, with that being said, I just got to say.
Nigga, please.
Yeah, you got to be out your mind. And you want to vote for this?
In the wake of jobs, they are doing everything within their power.
Now, don't a few of them girls back there look a little young? Now, yeah, I guess you could say they probably are of like childbearing age, albeit minors. Like, what the hell are we pushing here? It seems like a very odd message. And you got to help your daughters. You got to look out for your little girls because, you know, they're 13 and 14. You want to let them be available to get some proper health care. And then they go to college and they got to have their hot girl life. Well, there's definitely going to have to be a few that get thrown by the wayside on that trip. So got to be in a state where you can have some abortions. Oh, Lord.
To defend reproductive freedom and the rights of women.
That is such a lie within itself. Reproductive freedom? No. Ending reproduction. Ending reproduction freedom. Because you're ending something. That's not reproductive. There's no reproducing happening. I don't even understand why that is part of it. Every time I hear that phrase, it sounds like a lie. No, you're not reproducing. You're ending reproduction. So you're a reproduction ender. But see, it doesn't sound good when you say baby blender or you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't sound good, but that tells you that the truth is still the truth. And they're trying to get so far around the truth that they'll just sit up here and say anything, but the truth will always come out. And the fact that this woman is sitting up there talking about reproductive rights and this and that, she slips up and moves to the conversation of women. which now with this whole abortion conversation, they're trying to get white women voters. So, there's that.
Because we will not let the extreme MAGA Republicans win this fight.
Now, didn't I tell you that whole extreme MAGA Republican thing? So, yeah, let me get back to this part.
We'll do it again. Oh, okay. White House. And the choice this election is clear. Women put Joe and Kamala in the White House. And
yeah, see that part right there? Yeah, that's very interesting, ain't it? They just like, oh, yeah, man, about them black women. Yeah, well, man. Ooh, yeah, I got to leave you out the conversation this time, sweetheart. Man, wow, man, it's tough break, huh? Man. Dark-skinned brother, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. NAACP is garbage, and they have been exposed. Facts, brother. Thank you for that super chat. Once again, peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it's very interesting how fast they just threw black women on out. And I want to know where all of these black Democratic diehard women, where are they going to, or are they this going to be one of them like, they just going to dodge it? Like how Roland, how Roland always avoid talking about Chicago. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Rose City, 93 in the building. Shout out to you, my brother. Always good to see you in the building. As well as still Kevin Trees. I see you in the building, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate it for being here. Black first, both of you. Yeah. All right. So, there was something else coming out of Shield Land. And, one of the things that's very interesting is this one has still not figured out that things are changing, or either she does, and maybe somebody picked up the phone and said, well, hey, we need you to get out there and start getting some Negroes to start caping for Palestine. And whose phone rang?
In my heart, Dame Palestina. A lot of these folks are not in fear of their livelihood. Y'all have money. Like, you're not gonna have to get on the poll tomorrow. There should be droves of individuals who feel compelled to use their platforms to speak about Palestine. There's no excuse at this point. They don't want to be disliked. And that to me is very indicative of what the real Hollywood problem is, which is just phoniness.
Amanda Seales has been speaking out daily about the injustices in Palestine.
It is crazy that there's a pro-Israel march, as if Israel is not an apartheid regime currently participating in the genocide of Palestinians.
Have you suffered any sort of professional consequences for being somebody who's so outspoken for justice in Palestine in Hollywood?
Yes, I've lost my agents. I've lost friends. But here's the thing. I have always known that as an artist, my most valuable asset is not my skill, but my ability to use art as activism. I'm hoping to see more people simply, honestly, loudly speaking about Palestine, speaking about the atrocities.
This perpetuates the faulty ideology that Palestinians are like orcs in the Tolkien universe, that they're just bloodthirsty terrorists that are unsatiated, when they very clearly said, we just want freedom.
There has been a consistent effort to subjugate people to this fear that if you even acknowledge Palestine existing, that you are somehow disavowing a whole other people, which is a lie. As an American, I'm like, I just can't idly sit by and be like, wow, this sucks. It has to be continuously browbeaten into people's consciousness the realities of what's going on. I really truly believe that we are in a time of great awakening. It is an honor for me to be in support of that awakening and that shifting into freedom.
Sure. DSM Sinisters. Mammy Seals. Facts. Black First, thank you for being here this evening. Appreciate it. Young Nine, she's using this as an excuse for a career tanking. Young Nine, you might be on to something right there. Yeah, you might be on to something. Mary said, she'll in. I'm telling you. Boy, oh boy, every bit was. Yeah, you already know. And she don't she say she's what her dad from Barbados or something like that, or Grenada. So, she's, I'm not really surprised that she's on some All Lives Matter. That's, and not to say, hey, you want to support Palestine, great. But, that's your thing. Good for you. But, speaking of shills, I got to go here. Yeah, because see, people, man, you guys ride on the Democrats a lot. It's the Democrats that keep coming at us with disrespect and, wanting our vote. The Republicans basically can ignore us because we haven't been their base. But they benefit by us being pissed off at these Democrats who have had a consistent policy of benign neglect. At the same time, come around black folks talking
But
like
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
So recently, Joy Reid had one of the Moms of Liberty, or Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice, had her on. And, of course, this was supposed to be a typical lambasting. And in my opinion, it was not. I'm sure that you will read clips and headlines that says, Joy Reid obliterated the Tiffany Justice. Oh, she totally owned her. Yeah. And if you look at some of the other conservative, more conservative outlets, they're like, what the hell is Joy Reid promoting? And that's how I'm seeing it. So I'm going to play this audio, family, and let me know what you think about Joy Reid's position.
What is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your expertise?
What a tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer
Please
for you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? That's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No.
Now, now, because these questions make so much sense, what do you perceive Joy Reid is interrupting her to do? She wants to go ahead and now try to find a way to steer away from what she's literally promoting. But that's why that woman asked her a killer question. I mean, truth be told, this is a killer question. She got her dead to right on this.
Talking about public school.
One moment.
All right.
So now you've asked me questions.
Sure.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Ain't?
Now, you asked me a question, and now I'm going to answer it. Here's the question. I mean, woman, are you serious? I mean, okay, so you heard the question. What is okay about this? Right? Let's see.
Are blue.
You're asking me right now.
You just
to
gave
name-
me very specific information about this book, so you're presenting yourself as somebody expert.
It's the gentleman.
Hold on.
The main,
who's the main character in the book?
The main character is.
Now, just to give you a real, I mean, just think about it. Who's the main character? And so now she is avoiding and dodging answering the direct question about what makes sense about a dildo in the classroom. What are you talking about in school books for? Like, what kind of story are you trying? What are you pushing? So now Joy Reid had, and Joy Reid, obviously, see, this is the point. Do you understand? Joy Reid's job is to defend a certain position. Look at the position she is literally defending. So when these people start coming out here, man, this black woman here and this black woman there, it's always good to see a black woman here. You could say black man, black man, black man. We have plenty of traitors out here that we don't revere at all. We'll never look at a traitor as a win just because he a black man. You kidding? No. And y'all shouldn't look at these women no different, because these people are treasonous, and the agenda she is pushing is a agenda that her upper echelon associates obviously want pushed.
The author.
What's his name?
George, I believe is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is.
You're asking me to remember the name of an author.
You just remembered very specific names.
Joy.
Here.
Her question, though, that Joy Reid dodged answering actually could be asked as any random question outside of the book. That doesn't require her to know the name of the character. If she looked and just skimmed through and found these points in these books, is that not pointing out where the sexual conversation is? Like, so what is Joy Reid really pushing? Joy Reid is defending the position of the pushing the sexual literature in, I guess, middle school, elementary. This doesn't really make sense.
Here's my question.
We're talking about
Here's my
You
question.
didn't answer my question.
No. I'm going to answer.
Great.
So
I would love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm interviewing you and you're not interviewing me. So let's just make sure it's a conversation.
Snap.
So what I'm saying to you is that as you are not an expert in this book,
I don't have to be an expert to know that dildos aren't appropriate for public school. I mean, come on,
this
let's
book
get real.
is a full context story, as you said, of the author's experience. Why is it your right, or a Moms for Liberty activist's right, to say that a parent who wants their child to have access to this book, which gives a personal experience of this author, why doesn't a liberal parent, for instance, or a parent of an LGBT kid, why don't they have a right for their child to just have access to this book? Why is it your right to say they can't?
So again, we're talking about incest, rape, and pedophilia.
And each parent, each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask you one more time. What is your right to tell a parent who wants their child, who might feel seen by this story? Why don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can have access to this book?
This is when defending a certain position goes horribly wrong. Now, I'm assuming Joy Reid is going to have to end up walking a lot of this back. I would have to assume. I mean, because you described a victim. One of the things about abortion that they talk about. Well, what if the woman is sexually assaulted or essayed, shall we say? What if that happens, then well, she should be able to have access to go get her abortion, right? But now here we're talking about, because one of the thing and the reasoning is trauma, which makes total sense. That's a violation, so that would be traumatic. You mean to tell me your very mind to say for a victim, here, read this other person's experience of their trauma? Are you kidding? What the hell is wrong with Joy Reid? I mean, at some point you have to know when to pull it in. And she is just out there. Boy, I mean, she out there in no man's land with this line here.
If a child feels seen by this story, that means that they have been the victim of a predator. That means that they have either been raped by a family member, they've experienced
and your proof of that is what?
You just said that
What's
if
your
a child
proof of
feels
that?
seen by this story. So
The hell is wrong with Joy Reid? Where's your proof of that? What? And what you just asked? I mean, wow. Ooh. Joy Reid went to Harvard, right? She went to one of them smart schools. So she a talented, 10th smart Negro immigrant from Colorado. Oh man. I would like to hear how people try to defend this position, because truth be told, it really, really makes no sense. And yeah, I don't know if she's made a rebuttal since this has came out, but if you ask my opinion, Joy Reid has lost her rabbit ass mind. Good grief.
You're now making assumptions about it.
Joy, but if a child has been raped, we should do a lot better than put a book on a library
You're literally
shelf.
creating a story behind a child that you don't know. Let me.
Okay, so Joy Reid, what sense does a dildo make in the 6th grade or in school? What sense does that make? Oh man. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, off the reservation, Reginald Jeter. I mean, yo. And I don't know how anybody could hear this any different kind of way. Yeah, this is off, ma'am. This is very much off. Ooh, wee.
Show you a form. This is a form that can be obtained in Broward County, Florida. Okay. I'm going to show it to the audience, and then I'm going to show it to you. This is called yeah, please. I'm going to hand it to you. It's called the opt-out form.
Okay.
An opt-out form would allow any parent, because you said you are in favor of parental rights.
I am.
It would allow any parent to opt out of their child being able to take books out of the library without their parents' permission.
Okay.
So that Moms for Liberty, why not advocate that every school in America have an opt-out form so that a parent who doesn't want their child to access a book like All Boys Aren't Blue, that they can make that choice, because then each parent, including a liberal parent, a black parent, a parent who wants their child to read a book about African-American history, then they get their rights.
We want children to read books about
Why not just
African-American
opt
history,
out for yourself rather than tell other parents what they can and cannot?
First of all, I think what you're talking
African-American? How did you... Hold on. Boy, that was boy, you see how she took that broad stroke? It's just like, just look at it this way, family. If Lion was a bucket of paint, she was doing strokes at first. Then she's doing a little bit of rolling. Then she just said, screw it. I'm just pick up the bucket and just throw it on the wall. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think by this time she has to know it has went off the rails. It has completely went off the rails. Oh man! But
Talking
this is
about
what they
here is a
pushing.
wonderful step in the right direction. We should be having conversations about this. This is about local control. A lot of these decisions are made at the local school board level, and that's where these decisions should be made. And there should be vibrant conversations about what's happening in our public schools and what kids have access to. Joy, however, maybe we could just put all the books with all the graphic sexual content, the dildos, the rape, the incest.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Let's do a back room.
Excuse me.
Let's put a curtain up in the library
First
like
of all,
they used
hold
to
on.
do.
One moment.
Video
One moment.
stores. Remember when we were little and you would go to the video store?
The books that Moms for
and they
Liberty.
put those
The
books,
books that Moms for
videos
Liberty.
with pornography.
I know that you. I've seen.
We could just do that in
I
the
have
public
seen
library.
tapes of
Does
what
that
Moms for
sound
Liberty does,
appropriate?
and you all go into school board meetings
Joy,
and you
this
read
is a
graphic stuff.
disingenuous conversation.
No, it's not.
There's America used to understand that there's something called age-appropriate content.
Right, and here's my
We have
question again.
ratings on movies.
Again. Ruby Bridges goes to school.
Oh, good grief! And that's all of that madness. But I mean, you hear enough of what she's supporting. That's the agenda of her paymasters, and she's good with it. Oh my goodness. She's absolutely fine with it. And that's demonic. You know, it's just simply demonic. Good grief. So, you know, that's I'm going to really keep an eye and see how she tries to walk all of that back. Because, okay. You know, it's very interesting. So we have a few more things. Let's see, where's that at? Let's see where I want to go next. I think I'll see something here. Bear with me one moment. Un momento. Okay, I think I'll do this here. Okay. All right. So, this whole story of Nigeria, they got it's like a American Corner. Yeah, American Corner, Lekki, grand opening. So America is investing in Nigeria. Remember when Joe Biden gave the African leaders the 55 billion, I think it was 55 billion. You know, when basically it's talking about investing in Africa. He apologized to them for slavery, and then goes and invests in the place to where actually own slaves. And, you know, you might hear some of these bugged out scammers, Pan-Afro scammers. They might get out here and start telling you, oh, well, you know, they're the myth of Africans selling and owning Africans in Africa is untrue. Absolutely documented proof of the slave trade, and one of the last ships to come to America was owned by who? And then they're going to do a movie called The Woman King. And you still have these nuts running around here talking about, oh, yeah. They were known as slavers. So, I mean, even start trying to pump out Africans. It was a myth. Stop it. Oh, these people stay in denial about their Africa. Boy, Africa could do no wrong. And it's funny how we get what a problem that is. You have people that look at the Democrats like that. Oh, man, they can't do no wrong. I love the Democrats. I love them. Joe Biden is a good man. I tell you what. Oh, you just don't talk about my Democrats. Now, boy, I love me some Joe Biden. Oh, man. So they're investing. And so they had a little press conference. The press conference out there. Let me see. Let me get this on the screen for you here. Do that. Okay. So this is a little bit of that. Of course, I'm not playing all of this.
On Nigeria, United States bilateral relations. They elaborated on how to expand its frontiers in several areas of shared mutual interests. Following extensive deliberations, Ambassador Tugar and Secretary Blinken are now ready to address the local and international press. The ground rules for this joint press briefing are as follows. After the remarks by Their Excellencies, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and the United States Secretary of State, 4 questions will be entertained. 2 questions from the Nigerian Press Corps and 2 questions from the United States Press Corps. Kindly remember to introduce yourself and your organization before asking your questions when it is time for the Q&A session to begin. Without
during the course of that meeting, several issues were discussed of a bilateral nature as well as multilateral nature. They ranged from food security to agriculture, to pharmaceuticals, to security itself in the region. And I have to say that the discussions were very fruitful, and a decision was also made that a number of these issues would be further discussed at the upcoming Nigeria-US Binational Commission. That is, if I'm correct, coming up between the 11th and the 13th of March. So that's around the corner. It is also important to note that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu brought up the issue of Nigeria's membership and participation in the G20, as well as the United Nations Security Council. As we're all aware, Nigeria is the most populous nation on the African continent. It has the largest economy, and therefore, along with the 4D,
What they need from us?
President Tinubu's 4D foreign policy agenda of democracy, development, demography, and diaspora, we feel it.
Diaspora. Man, please. That there is nothing going on with this deal that has anything to do with the benefit to foundational Black Americans. I can tell you that. I don't see that connection. This is going to benefit, especially some of these white contractors and these Asian contractors. But I think this is why America, of course, is getting over there, because they're trying to beat China to the punch. Because obviously Africa is for sale. While all of these people are coming here talking about, well, yeah, so, yeah, okay, whatever. The hustle is on.
Necessary and deem it fit for Nigeria to be ably represented in these decision-making bodies. And we're aspiring for that. To paraphrase the late Moshood Abiola, you must not shave a man's head in his absence, because by some accounts, as many as 60% of the resolutions passed by the UN Security Council in one way or the other related to Africa. So Africa needs to be represented. I'll stop here for now to allow Secretary Blinken to expatiate further.
Now, so look at the. I mean, for real, look at the way they're doing it. So they're over here just making deals with Africa. And in the meantime, you got these people over here, man, you guys are xenophobic and all of this. Hey, we see what is happening. And this is our government doing business with this government, trying to move and maneuver its control into Africa. Africa is literally seeking to basically be colonized again. Just a different form of colonization. This is incredible.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And good evening as well to everyone. Prime Minister, thank you so much for your engagement today, and in fact, every day as we're working so many issues that we share in common. And for me, it's great to be back in Nigeria. I mentioned to the President, actually, this is my third visit as Secretary of State, because one of the very first things I did as Secretary was to visit Nigeria virtually. Remember the days when we weren't traveling because of COVID, but one of the first things that we did do was organize a virtual visit here to Nigeria. Then I came here the following year, and it's very good to be back here today. At the UN General Assembly just this past September, President Tinubu said, and I quote, "Africa is nothing less than the key to the world's future." I'm here in Nigeria at President Biden's behest, and earlier this week we were in Cabo Verde, in Cote d'Ivoire, and we'll be going on to Angola because we share that conviction.
We need to shore up ourselves. So, okay, just think of what we're seeing. We're literally seeing America, the government, going over there trying to establish or reestablish new relationships or old relationships with these different African countries. What would be the need for that? Now, I mean, not that well, again, anything is possible after the point of our empowerment. And I think that's one thing that everybody knows. Hey, you know, these Negroes ain't the same old school Negroes, and things is changing. So they got to go over there and go get some relationships before relationships might end up occurring. Because think of it like this way. What do all these people say? Well, if we go to Africa and then what you don't need to, we get reparations, we need to go to Africa and this and that. No, I don't think so. But it does put things in definitely a different, puts us in a different position. That is for certain, and that's what everybody's worried about, because we know how to make something out of nothing, and give us a little bit of something, and we're gonna know how to do that much more with it. So listen to this dude butter up Africa and the world, because this is not really just a conversation for Africa, but this is also a conversation for the world. So now all of a sudden they're trying to look like, hey, we're not as racist as we have been. Now, granted, they don't have to steal. This is one of the hugest forms of benign neglect that we have seen in recent years.
Africa has shaped our past.
Wow.
It is shaping the present. It will shape our future.
Ha,
The United States is committed to strengthening genuine partnerships on the continent, to work to solve shared challenges, and also to deliver on the and the fundamental aspirations of our peoples. Nigeria, as Africa's largest climate action, as partners in the Global Methane Coalition, we're pushing for permanent representation for African voices in the UN Security Council, in other international organizations that need to reflect the realities of today not just the day that they were created many, many years ago.
Not that many.
We're working and collaborating to support the development and use of artificial intelligence for good.
Some of us in this chat are older.
We're driving blue economic development, environmental protection, science and technology exchange through a new partnership for Atlantic cooperation. Today, as the Foreign Minister mentioned, with President Tinubu, with the Foreign Minister and other colleagues, we spoke about a range of common priorities, including our focus on accelerating economic growth and opportunity.
Oh, whoa. Now you talk about slap in the face. They are over in Africa talking about economic opportunity. Now, man, y'all xenophobic. Oh, you're xenophobic. Oh, you niggas. Well, it kind of, for those who act like we were in the wrong and we didn't know what we were saying, here's your leadership over there. The biggest government of the continent, the richest economy of the continent. And this is, I mean, you talking about they're going deep. Well, we're going to go over here and go on a tour getting all of you Africans in line. So don't you get any ideas. If we got to pay these niggas, we don't want you getting no ideas and trying to link up with them and becoming some kind of new coalition. Oh, no, we can't have that. So we're going to come over there now and just get our little digs in before the sign of, because the sign of trouble is here. So before trouble comes, let's go over here and get these relationships. Hey, I gotta take some of your food from all of these little countries and villages and eat some. I mean, shoot, he in Nigeria, he can get some bushmeat from the richest economy. Y'all eat bushmeat. I mean, okay.
This is a place.
Wait, also Nigeria, the place where grown men crap in the street, where you have to put signs up for men not to crap in the street. What is going on?
Of extraordinary innovation, extraordinary dynamism. I've had the opportunity to visit many times over the years. I've seen that each and every time, and I expect to see more of that in Lagos tomorrow. American entrepreneurs, American companies are eager to partner with and invest in Nigeria's economy.
Because these Negroes might have some money. So what we need to do is go get somewhere where we'll still have some Serbian melanated individuals. Again, I will always ask, why do you think that these people went from having no pets to being the biggest pet lovers? Especially dogs. Because they had slaves. Not having a slave. What's the whole point of having a dog? You're above a dog, but you're still responsible for the dog, but the dog is your pet, and you have a relationship with it, but there is definitely a hierarchy between you and your pet. Well, this is the type of relationship that I guess every white person on the planet knows that you can go over to Africa and really end up having. Now, black folks try to go over there and go do this. It's going to be the double crossing and a kill squad coming through. But, they got to deal with these Americans because they can get themselves blown off the face of the earth. So there's that issue. And now you have Blinken over here telling the world, because again, this is a beacon for the world to hear. America's down with you Africans. And these things out.
Particularly in the tech sector. We have tech giants that are teamed up with Nigerian partners to help meet President Tinubu's 1 million digital jobs initiative. Other companies are hard at work laying undersea cables, using satellite technology, to expand access to the internet.
Now, why would you think they're expanding the internet for the African sake? Well, I'll tell you, these people never get enough. Hey, would you guys like to be our slaves? Like, man, you let these people over there, and the next thing you know, you finna be a whole new territory with new rules. I mean, man, these people do not obviously understand what they're dealing with. Because, I mean, I see it for what it is. They are over there getting comfortable and getting familiar with, like they said, getting a bunch of, that's another thing. You want a bunch of American companies over there. Well, doesn't that mean Americans coming to Nigeria as well? So that's very interesting.
Our tech incubators are fostering Nigeria's next
Kermit.
venture capital companies are working to finance them. So we want to work in partnership to help drive Nigeria's technological revolution, which is creating jobs, it's growing businesses, and it's spurring innovations in both of our countries. Because one of the things we've learned from these partnerships is that it benefits us as much as any place or any company that we're investing in. We're learning a lot from it. We're getting a lot from it. And one of the initiatives that President Biden laid out, the Digital Transformation with Africa initiative, we see as particularly energized, and it's a particular area of focus for us. Now, Nigeria offers real, clear, compelling opportunities for investors. At the same time, I think it's no secret that there remains some long-term challenges that need to be overcome to really unlock the full potential. Tackling corruption.
That means enter in more American representation off up on the land, and maybe a little bit of American military hanging around too. Because what's your word and your presence being there if you can't enforce anything, and you wouldn't be an American if you didn't go make sure you got some melanated people up under your thumbs.
Making it easier for foreign companies to repatriate capital, these will all pull in a transformative direction and pull in transformative investment.
No, you said it right the first time. Woo, did you catch that slip up? Yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a slip up. Digital transformation.
Energized, and it's a particular area of focus for us. Now, Nigeria offers real, clear, compelling opportunities for investors. At the same time, I think it's no secret that there remains some long-term challenges that need to be overcome to really unlock the full potential. Tackling corruption, making it easier for foreign companies to repatriate capital, these will all pull in a transformative direction and pull in transformative investment. I know that President Tinubu is focused on these challenges, and we also welcome his very bold economic reforms to unify the currency and fuel subsidies. We also recognize that in the short term, these reforms created pain for vulnerable communities. I spoke about some ways that the United States can support Nigerians while the government carries out these essential reforms and works to protect those who may, again, in the short term, be negatively affected.
Wow.
We also discussed our very consequential work on public health, something that the minister mentioned. One of the things I must say as an American I'm proudest of is PEPFAR, initiated by President Bush, carried on by successive presidents of both parties. Over the last 20 years, PEPFAR has saved well over 20 million lives.
That's enough of that. I just, really wanted just to see what they were talking about. So again, what they're doing, they're pretty much going into business with Africa. Damn. While we got a whole crisis going on over here. They over there, boy, I'll tell you, these folks, they moving like locusts. They are moving like locusts. You understand me? Good grief. Oh, man. So, before we go, let's see. We're going to have to give some time to old Shay Pierre. Because, the gift that always never disappoints. Never disappoints. So I don't know, we might have to just start dedicating certain segments to this to old Shay Pierre, because, boy, she never disappoints. And like I always tell y'all, boy, she lied like she was born lying. Well, she actually kind of does come from a third world backstabbing kind of culture. But, I'm not being judgmental or anything, just saying. But here's clip one.
Is election denying a joke now?
What do you mean? You have to say more than just make a random statement. Okay.
Why did the president say, hello, Virginia, and the real governor, Terry McAuliffe?
He was making a joke about Terry. He was making a joke. If you play it back, it's clearly that the president was making a joke.
What's the joke?
He was making a joke about McAuliffe's previous term as governor.
How are you guys going to convince people, though, that this idea of denying election results is very bad if President Biden is going out and making jokes like this?
Okay, he did not deny it. He congratulated Governor Youngkin. Matter of fact, when he won his election, he did it out of the gate, really, truly. He congratulated the governor. And not only that, we've had opportunities to work closely with the governor over the past couple of years. And, this is a president that works across the aisle. We've seen that many times. And he was making a joke.
Do you have an update?
Oh, she just be getting so angry, don't she? Like, I just don't feel like being bothered with you. The likes of you. Good grief. Oh, there's more.
Thank you. Immigration is now the top issue for Americans over the economy, over inflation, as according to a new Harvard poll. So is immigration the president's top priority?
There are many issues that are top priorities for this president, right? This is a president that has to deal with multiple issues all at once.
Oh, my Lord. So what you're saying is President Biden is tone deaf to the tone of America, and he is completely focused on fulfilling his agenda's best wishes. And damn the rest. Good grief.
Obviously, immigration is clearly important. I just went into a back and forth with your colleague here about what's been going on, right? What he's been doing, what Republicans and Democrats in the Senate have been doing, how these negotiations are so important to get to a bipartisan agreement to deal with immigration, this broken system, and the border security. So obviously, it's a priority for this president, and he is managing multiple things that are important and key to the American public.
Follow up on that, also on the border, Speaker Johnson, he put out a statement talking about this issue. He's saying that the VP wants Congress to, quote, grant mass amnesty and spend taxpayer dollars to process, not stop more illegals. And her solution is to incentivize the lawlessness and the chaos. Can the White House respond to that?
I will say to the House Speaker, if you truly care about the border and dealing with the border in a way that actually helps the American people, and if he really cares about a broken immigration system that's been broken for decades, then come have a conversation, a true good faith conversation.
What is the point of having any conversation with a man who says this?
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Good grief. No.
Be part of the solution. Be part of the negotiations. Actually do something that's going to make a change for the better. And right now, that's not what we're seeing. He's getting in the way. And, that's not what this president is about. He wants to see this done in a bipartisan way, bipartisan agreement that is effective and that actually has meaningful policy changes and also funding streams that make sense. That makes sense.
Lord.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
She be getting so irritated. She gets so irritated. Oh my goodness. But, that's Shade Pierre for you. And for all the things that these people enjoy to talk about. If y'all remember last week, I played Jasmine Crockett talking about the immigrants that died, and if you wanted to be, what was she saying? If you wanted to be, this is the pro-life party, and if you're so pro-life, but you didn't care that there was dead migrants in the river and they drowned, and so that's like an execution. Well, I guess there has been some retraction since that line came out in the first place. And I guess the White House still has not really fessed up on that. Check this out.
Why are you repeating this false claim that Republicans voted to reduce the number of Border Patrol agents, even though the Washington Post gave the administration 3 Pinocchios for that?
So we don't believe it's a false claim. Our statements were very direct here. Last year, House GOP voted, and not only did they vote for it, but they touted their Limit, Save, Grow Act. That's the act. Well,
And they vowed that it would never affect Border Patrol.
They voted for and touted it, right? This is an act. And this would have forced the elimination of 2,000 Border Patrol agents. That's what this act that they touted, that they voted for in the House. So that was their proposal. And that was what they voted for back in May.
They clearly stated at that time that Border Patrol, also veterans benefits and entitlements would never be impacted by any of the reductions. And also the bill never had any appropriations in it. So this claim that you guys are rolling out, it's the White House applying White House math to a bill that never had any appropriations. And moreover, the administration or the members in Congress who, put this together vowed that it wouldn't affect policing. So the reason I ask is because it's just, to voters, don't you think they know the difference between?
Now, with this is where, now she got to go do double duty line and backtracking. We're in the day and age of Democrat pawns and shills getting their lies and their false narratives exposed. And they literally will not pivot from the line. They're still trying to find a way to make it, it's true. No, it's not.
What is a truthful statement and what is spin? And is it insulting to them at all to keep saying it when it's just not true?
One thing that the president does not do is insult voters or American people, to be more exact, because I want to be careful about this, what I can say about this upcoming election. What I will say is, if you look at the bill, this act that they touted, that they voted for, House Republicans back in May, it was very clear that it would have forced the elimination of 2,000 Border Patrol agents. That's what that act would have done. We were very direct about that. We were very clear about that. This is what they touted. This is what they put out there. This is what House Republicans voted for. I mean, that's where they are. They have gotten in the way every time we are trying to deal with the border. House Republicans have gotten in the way. So we appreciate the bipartisan conversation that we're having with Republicans. Let's not forget, with Republicans in the Senate. That's why it's bipartisan, and Democrats on dealing with the border. House Republicans get in the way. They wanted to literally eliminate 2,000 Border Patrol agents in this particular act that they touted, that they voted for back in May.
Notwithstanding all of the fact checks on that, if you're saying that, the White House, the president doesn't want to, insult the American people, will the administration then amend its separate statement that implied that Texas officials were responsible for the deaths of 3 migrants, when in fact they had nothing to do with it? They had already been dead for an hour by the time Mexico told anyone in the U.S. about it, and the administration admitted as much in their court filing. They acknowledged that in their court filing, but the statement from the White House implies that Texas was responsible, and a number of outlets were forced to issue corrections and editor's notes because of that White House statement. So
now, one thing I want you to really, really take into account is these people were trying to censor Black voices very heavy. Of course, they still shadow ban us and whatnot. But the disinformation doesn't. They was putting Reza Islam on that list, and the other sister that's on there. These are doctors, and all of a sudden, because of their agenda, they're crackpots and wackos, and they did the same thing to Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. So I guess it's all relative. And now you have these diehard Democrats. They're sitting up there. This is the agenda. It's hurting the American public. Black people are absolutely more impacted. They're impacted more by this illegal invasion than Black folks ever were from that thing that happened a few years ago, or a couple years ago. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I guess, a few years ago now. But nonetheless, we'll hear a little more.
White House amend that statement.
So let's be sensitive here.
No.
3 people died. 3 migrants died. 2 children and a woman.
See, the question was, everybody else had to retract their statements. So is the White House going to amend or retract its statement? Here's the answer. She answered just like Joy Reid. And these are signs of a person who could just straight look you in your face and lie to you. Wow, I'm not saying anything, but they both are immigrants.
That was devastating. Devastating situation, heartbreaking situation. So let's be really mindful of what we're talking about here. I want to take a step back and just as you're talking about our statement, look, as I mentioned, a woman and 2 children died. They drowned near Eagle Pass, which is, as I said, devastating, and that Texas officials blocked Border Patrol from accessing the area. That's what was happening at that time.
Yeah, but they didn't die because of what you said. See, now again, people can say what you will. Say what you will about us, but boy, oh boy, I'm saying there's just a certain energy that these tethers give off that is so untrustworthy. I mean, you got to stay away from these types. And this is the way they come off when you can just be comfortable lying like that. Ooh-wee. Well, by the way, your eye makeup is ridiculous and your hair has got you looking like you're about to go work at a 5-year-old Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. Just got to put on your nose. Boy, like, I'm sure she wears expensive makeup. Somebody help her learn how to apply it.
Our statement is consistent with DOJ's filing. As the DOJ filing said, there was an ongoing emergency situation that Border Patrol was blocked from accessing.
But then people was already dead, and that part was already. See, so now she's going back to the point, which really makes no sense. But aside from that, family, is she really going for the like little black baby doll face look? Am I missing something here? Is that what she's going for? Why does she look like a little baby doll? Like the y'all know the little black baby dolls with the hair you could braid. Shoot, that's how a lot of little girls even learn how to braid was with that little doll. She looked like that. She looked like that little the braided hair baby doll in the face. Oh man. And it's like, is she going for that look? Because like she doesn't, man, that good grief. It look like if you put a cake slice into her face, like she look like one of them cakes. You know how they be making the realistic looking cakes?
There were other migrants in the water as well.
But I'm just saying there was separate. There was an ongoing. The White House statement the White House statement says that Texas officials blocked U.S. Border Patrol from attempting to provide emergency assistance. There were other.
And remember, that's what Jasmine Crockett was saying as well. See, because the Republicans and yo got Trump and this and that and shaking my head off up in here and I, man, for all of you Jasmine Crockett fans,
Nigga, please.
There were other migrants in the water.
Then why wasn't that included in the
there
statement?
There were other migrants in the water.
That's what you were referring to.
Our statement is very much consistent with DOJ filing. Anything else specific you want to know about that, I would certainly refer you to DOJ.
Lord. Boy, I'll tell you, that woman can lie for real. Like it's nothing. Like it is absolutely nothing. Man, so that's the Shea Pierre files for this evening. And I think that is pretty much what I have. Let me take a quick look. Oh, yeah, I know there is something else I want to play for y'all. Yeah, there sure is. And I gotta say, whoever did this, whoever did this, is spot on because I mean, when we're talking about Diane Yap, she's as racist as that little meme. Now they officially made her one. Oh, the internet is a beast. The internet is a monster, man. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Having too much fun going at that nut. Let's see. Let's get this sister in here. I seen this TikTok. I was like, you know what? This is on point. And and for those of y'all, again, who don't know, I repeat, Roda Osman is out on bail. Somebody shot that 10 G's, shot that 10 stacks for her to get on out. And that just tells me there's a whole lot of thirsty simps out there. Man, I'll get you out, baby. Got a bunch of Percy Earl nephews. But like I was saying, family, I wanted to play this TikTok video because it speaks volumes, and more stuff like this needs to also be combating the I'll say propaganda war, and you combat the propaganda with truth. And so as we are, more truth is emerging, more people are stepping out and opening their mouths to get put that energy of truth out there in the world. And I'm very much appreciative of what I see. So with that being said, listen here.
I'm a black woman in America. Calling me an anti-Semite, it don't fucking hit. It does not hit. Y'all can try it if you want to, but it doesn't hit. Because if you can look at my face, look me dead ass in my motherfucking eyes, and look past all the fucking parallels between what this country has done to my people, mine. You don't see the parallels between what this country and Israel is doing to the people of Gaza, Congo, Sudan. If you can look at my face and look past my history, and what you arrive at is anti-Semite, then I guess you reached your motherfucking destination. I guess you did. Because I don't give a fuck what you call me. Free Palestine until it's motherfucking backwards. Says this black woman in America. Yeah.
Salute to that sister. Salute to that sister right there. And family, there's another video that I saw on what is this? This little clip here. I saw this on Twitter, and it was very interesting to me. It's Muhammad Ali and Sly and the Family Stone, and I seen this interview. I'm like, wait a minute. And just to think of the stories that people end up saying about Sly and how he ended up, I look back at things like this, like, now notice Muhammad Ali is about to start talking. Watch how Sly tries to basically, no, Joe. Check this out.
Our country wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us.
Well, they don't need it.
America wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for my people slaving and working for 400 years. And white people. It would be nothing if it wasn't for my people slaving and working for 400 years.
Now listen.
Well, they don't need it.
America wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for my people slaving and working for 400 years. And you white people fighting in all of your wars.
Yeah.
Then you talk about if
That's
I
right.
didn't, white people come to my fights, wouldn't have no money. We built the country.
That's right.
We fought in all the wars. We were lynched. We were captured. We were murdered. And
Some of us were in on that. We want to give you a little bit. We want to give you some credit, Mohammed. But after all, you're 11 million out of 210 million, so you didn't do everything. The whites did something too.
You did do
Everybody
something.
made a contribution.
You did do something. You killed off all the Indians, then you brought us over and robbed us of
Yeah, but what Mike's trying to say is that there's a way to say all of this without having any animosity.
Exactly. That's right.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but I have to just simply say,
Nigga, please.
I mean, what are you talking about? What? Sly, what the hell are you talking about?
Robbed us of
Yeah, but what Mike's trying to say is that there's a way to say all of this without having any animosity.
Exactly. That's right. I buy that.
Yeah, well, sweet, ain't no animosity. Ain't nobody hitting nobody.
But it should not sound like that.
Words are more powerful than fists.
It shouldn't sound like that. The truth shouldn't sound like the truth. All Muhammad Ali was saying was the truth. Why are you so timid, mister? Oh, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I'm really still pretty high, but I don't think that we need to really make the white man feel bad about how he done us in America. I mean, we can find a nice way to make the conversation happen. You know, I mean, we don't have to make him feel guilty. No, I mean, it's all chill. You know, golly. Like I said, you know, you don't wish it's like, damn, but like I said, you kind of look at how things ended up. It's like, oh, damn, were you raccoon this whole time? Damn, Sly, I never knew. But gee.
You did do something. You killed off all the Indians, then you brought us over and robbed us.
And look how desperate he want to intervene.
There's a way to say all of this without having any animosity.
Exactly. That's right.
Exactly.
I buy that.
Well, sweet, ain't no animosity. Ain't nobody hit nobody.
But it should not sound like it.
Words are more powerful than fists.
That's why animosity.
It's a fairly simple.
That's why, like, animosity, man, you know, and all that animosity stuff, you know. I mean, it's a lot of animosity I feel right now on this stage, and might nod off. And so you guys keep talking just in case I do. Sly of Sly and the Family Stone, brother, I have to give you one of these.
Sambo, Sambo, Sambo.
Oh, that was brutal, man. That was brutal, Kuna. Well, hey, man, don't say nothing, man. Can't we just make the white man feel all right about himself, man? Come on, baby. What the hell is wrong with you, man? No. And all he did was tell the truth. He didn't like, you're the devil, and, you know, he did none of that. He just simply told it how it was. All he did was spit the fact, man, it just sounds like it's animosity, man. Shut up, stoner. I mean, for real, I hate to sound like that, but shut up, junkie. Hey, all of a sudden, you're finna be the moral authority. Why don't you go find you a needle and go shoot up? I mean, maybe that sounds a little harsh, but I mean, at the end of the day, do you really want that guy speaking for you? I mean, when you like all actuality, because you know, don't get it twisted. They'll throw somebody like that out there to talk for black folks in a heartbeat. And while we over here looking like no, sirree. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we report the news, and the state that does not disappoint. And this is the last piece of news for the evening before we go. Oh, and there will not be a broadcast Friday because I will be traveling. So, you know, this is it for the week. That I might, you know, do a little something while I'm gone if I have some time. But we will see how that plays out, you know. But with that being said, Governor Greg Abbott, and this came out January 24, 2024. That is today. The federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. The executive branch of the United States has a constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration. And that is, if nothing else, to remember about Joe Biden's presidency, is you have nations worth of people that no one knows where they even came from sitting off up in here. You understand what I'm saying? It says, despite having put on notice in a series of letters, one of which delivered to him by hand, President Biden has ignored Texas' demand that he perform his constitutional duties. Point one, President Biden has violated his oath to faithfully execute immigration laws enacted by Congress. Instead of prosecuting immigrants for the federal crime of illegal entry, President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal courts to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. President Biden has instructed his agencies to ignore federal statutes and mandates that mandate the detention of illegal immigrants. The effect is to illegally allow their en masse parole into the United States. By wasting taxpayer dollars to tear open Texas border security infrastructure, President Biden has enticed illegal immigrants away from the 28 legal entry points along this state's southern border and border bridges where nobody drowns and into the dangerous waters of the Rio Grande. Wow. Under President Biden's law, border policy or lawless border policies, more than 6 million immigrants more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed our southern border in just 3 years. That is crazy. This is more than the population of 33 different states in this country. This illegal refusal to protect the states has inflicted unprecedented harm on the people all across the United States. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, and the other visionaries who wrote the U.S. Constitution foresaw that states should not be left to the mercy of a lawless president who does nothing to stop external threats like cartels smuggling millions of illegal immigrants across the border. That is why the framers included both Article 4, which promises the federal government shall protect each state against invasion. Damn, okay, well, there it is. And Article 10, Clause 3, which acknowledges the state's sovereign interest in protecting their borders. Arizona versus United States. Okay, so that's what that is. All right. Reading on down on the last paragraph. The failure of the Biden administration to fulfill the duties imposed by Article 4 has triggered the Article 10 clause, which reserves to the state the right of self-defense. For these reasons, I have already declared an invasion under Article 1 or Article 10, Clause 3, to invoke Texas's constitutional authority to defend and protect itself. That authority is the supreme law of the land and supersedes any federal statutes to the contrary. The Texas National Guard and the Texas Department of Public Safety and other Texas personnel are acting on that authority, as well as state law to secure the Texas border. Well, things are getting interesting in the Lone Star State. And rightfully so, because what did this dude even tell black folks? The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have a knife in yours. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall, and let us rise. Can you dig it? Ooh-wee. So once again, family, did Jill Biden just diss black women? And my take on the matter is she's always done that. So there's that. So yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, Jill Biden and Joe Biden, just their anti-blackness is just off the charts. And then with Joy Reid also pushing a very Democrat agenda. So be clear that that grooming agenda is also a very much embedded in the Democrat Party agenda. And we see it. And then you see all these other people with this illegal immigration. Well, Texas has said no more, and I do not have a problem with that. None whatsoever. And then again, also remember, I'm a witch. Well, she's been charged, booked, and released. But her passport has been forfeit. So here's another thing. I guess, I believe, well, yes, to my knowledge, she's a citizen. She's a refugee, so she could be deported. But I believe, I'm not sure. I really wonder if she is actually a citizen. Because if not, man, she on the first day smoking up out of America. they're gonna get the time up out of her, and they're gonna escort her straight to the plane. ICE agents gonna be meeting her at the gate. See ya. And all we can say to Roda, whatever your name is, and all of your supporters, and all of these black men hating women that was out here talking crazy about this liar who is now with proven charges.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
So what you have now seen, without all of these bootlicks, you saw what the NAACP, and then that right there, most of all, we vote. Now the NAACP done came out already talking about how they are not a black organization, and then turn right around and have this whole make this whole presentation about how black is this and black is that, and we are gonna do this. And one thing we do is vote, and then we vote some more. Oh, Lord. No more. And that's why the Biden administration is very clear, and the Democrats as well, that they are losing support because black folks are looking at staying home. It's no tangibles, no vote, no reparations, no vote. And if you are not willing to speak to the interests of foundational black Americans, all we see this race as is hopping in a car that is about to crash. And if you think that we should ride in that car with you, well, I know I speak for myself. beatzillapdx official, beatzillapdx official show. Pretty sure I speak for those of you in the chat and the grassroots and the voices of new black media. I'm pretty sure I would say it's safe to say that I speak for all parties involved when we tell you we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Family, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, like Sister Doris did. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Doris. I appreciate that very much. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. And for those of you who would like to do what Doris did as well, you can at Cash App, $beatzillapdx. That's Cash App, $beatzillapdx. Also, we have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. So with that being said, family, signing off for the week, for the most part. We, who knows, might pop up again at some point. But, send your good traveling energy toward me, and I appreciate that. And we will see you on the next go round. With that being said, since it's not going to be any Friday, I will say, keep your 3 smooth stones with you and your slingshot nearby. Stay black, stay safe, stay vigilant. Stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have the great rest of your week. Peace out.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yeah. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.